way, mama way.
The smile on Rebecca's face when she finally held her baby was priceless. The feeling of motherhood. After close to 30 minutes of holding her baby, she picks up the baby's food and clothes and tells the nurses she's going home.
Okay, munji kino, mse kino kitano. Mimi kino kitano, munji kino na mulo kina wako.
Kama kasaka sasese. Nanya operation live. Now fine.
This development got the social worker Daniel very angry.
Ade makasa wanya uba. Nyantubasie. Why? What that tinasi? Tanasa. Ye base ye ni apokan medical. But ya say ye we are na do balma. Omo ye duane e go see brown with the man.
Fa torment na say.
Who dey try omo man we are now dey abofra na for. Why? No man we are now.
Yes, I was angry because I didn't understand her until I realized at the point that it was bonding, an issue of bonding, So I had to calm down because if I want to, do, it won't work. So finally, we had to convince her that she's going home, and then there's the money she'll be using for her transport and all of that before she was calm.
The nurses and the social worker, after almost an hour, tried to convince her that her family was coming for her. But little did Rebecca know that the family had no intentions of having neither her nor the baby.
According to the family, they were not willing to have anything doing with Rebecca because they've been through a lot. They wanted to come and sign any document that will permit, the baby being given out to a good Samaritan, but upon, several, talks here and there, they finally accepted that the baby will go to a nearby orphanage home with the consent of Adenta, whilst Rebecca herself will still be on the ward.
Rebecca's aunt, who we choose to call Essie, says her family is not financially capable of taking care of the baby.
Me can miss me baba kwa baby 2 months. Etina me to me via omi neti. Mrs. Adia, and can fa no go home. Kopim say we benyi kakra. Ti me say almost say home. Kopim how many months na me say be 1 month. Ti almost say enko ye letter. Na me see you enti letter no ye kwa akoye no. Na me say dream say Eddie na se sadia mebo modin se menya obi obebu amahwe no nipa na amakonya no no so no beji 250 a month menya bi wen menya 250 wen asana baby hu ni amani de ebehia no.
That was a big shock. This meant that Rebecca would have to go back to Ward 11, the very place she dreaded.
You are saying now,
At this point, the nurses in charge of the ward, Alberta Bosco Chumesi Ankra, was worried. She had regrets of letting Rebecca bond with the baby.
When she was here, she threatened taking the baby away with her, and then the baby's safety will become a problem. And because even though she is not here, the baby is under my care as well as that of my staff. So I will be responsible for the baby should anything happen to the baby. So with her aggressive nature, we are scared. We don't know what she can do to her baby that can put us all in danger.
At this point, the doctors had to convince her to take the final injection before going home. Except that this injection was a sedative.
So the IV, what will show that you are in the vein?
She became drowsy. As we walked back to the ward with nurses guarding and holding Rebecca, she kept looking back to see that one thing that made her smile again, her baby.
I feel we've not been fair. we've not been fair because in the first place, we convinced her that she was going home with the baby. Then all of a sudden, we had to change. We had to change. It's not like changing. We actually lied to her in one way or the other. But we wanted, we wanted to get what we want done. As in, we wanted to get she, coming closer to the baby, and then we getting the necessary information to facilitate any kind of help in one way or the other. So I felt, bad in one way or the other, but, we can also blame ourselves in all this.
Ward 11 was home, once again to Rebecca. Just when the gate shut behind her, I felt a sharp pain in my heart, the pain of deceit. But just 24 hours after she was taken back into her ward, Rebecca managed to abscond.
They will live on your blind side or try to escape when you are not aware of their plans. But ideally, we don't want our services to be restricted like a prison. We want to be as friendly and as open as possible so that you are free to walk in and you are free to talk about wanting to go home. Sometimes we try to engage you to make you exercise patience and all, but sometimes you are not. Sometimes you are successful, other times you are not. But you don't want a situation where the individual will get hurt in the process.
This situation puts the nurses taking care of the baby in a state of fear. They spent the whole night guarding the baby in a different room. They feared Rebecca would come and attack them.
So at night, I have 3 night nurses on duty. At the point when one is going to rest, the nurse rests with the baby in the resting room. So that's how we've been keeping the baby from that day on. He's no longer left here because we are afraid the mother might come for him.
Ever since Rebecca became mentally challenged, the Adenta Municipal Assembly had been using part of its district assembly's common fund to cater for her. The director of Social Welfare Department of the municipality, Divine Ezogbe, got in touch with Rebecca's aunt to beg them to rescind their decision to give out the baby.
To be frank with you, they have given of all their best. As I'm speaking, they are in my office to do other things in respect of Rebecca's case. It's almost always like that. But for the first encounter, sometimes becomes a battle. But it takes the social worker to exhibit all the skills and the profession to win them to assist in attending to the clients, because sometimes the clients need the relatives to recover. It's not only the medication that helps. In some cases, if they are vagrants, we do tracing, the family tracing. And when we get the family, they come on board most of the time. In some few cases, that's why they don't care. But when they refuse, we bring in the law. Sometimes when you explain the law, especially the Mental Health Act, their portion to them, they wake up and they begin to cope.
But she still stood by her decision not to cater for Rebecca again.
And when your son daddy grant ankasa saa tampo na onyim baby we a wawo no fleshing or the grant by ye fie ho ye was store kitu bi a ton yama kakra bi wo ho ekonwa bi a ye tonton ni printing printer kitikiti bi a ye ton wa be twetwem printer 250 ekonwa kitu wa twetwe ni nyina wa sei no enti se enu na mi ka se si ano se ye di baby no mami na me di no kofia obepa mi so enti last ye ba hapo na mi ka se wawo na amaba no man ko word ho mi pese o hu mi onya hu mi obeka se baby no ma be fa baby na ko enti de enti a mi si omo di baby no mami de kwa obeba mi so eno no.
According to the Mental Health Act 2012, care for mentally ill patients is supposed to be free. But as it stands, patients have to pay. Director for Pantine Hospital, Dr. Frank Benin, says this deters many families from bringing their relatives to receive care.
When you look at the law, mental health service is meant to be free. Okay, and we all know that there is nothing free on this earth. The days of manna raining down is long gone. So free means that somebody has to pay for it. Who has to pay for it? Okay. Currently, as it is, it's central government that has to pay for it. So there are 3 main psychiatric hospitals. Then we have the district units. The state should present a budget to government, and then as and when government deems it fit, it will give you something little. We've had years that we didn't get anything. I would say in the last 2 years it hasn't been bad. This year there were first quarter releases, we got something, but it's woefully inadequate. Because if I need about a budget of about 26 million, okay, to be able to run the hospital properly, and then all I get will be something less than $1 million for the whole year, then really, I mean, I'm seriously handicapped. Okay, so you know what you wish to do. You have a program for the year in place. Okay, and you know these are the things you need to do to be able to provide the good quality service that Ghanaians so deserve. But unfortunately, you are not being able to do it because what you need to be able to do it is not forthcoming.
The 3 hospitals providing mental health care across the country have over the years been surviving on the benevolence of philanthropists and suppliers. Government only releases funds to the various mental health institutions after threats are issued to release patients onto the streets.
If I use a appropriation bill, right, my real budget is something around 26 million. Okay, that is what I think if I'll be able to run the place properly and probably be able to provide the quality of service that we deserve. Okay. But quite often, you know what happens? They would ask you to develop a budget within a certain ceiling. Okay, and usually the ceiling is made up of what you can generate internally plus what government wants to give to you. So if I have told my Ministry of Finance that for this year I'll be able to raise, let's say, about 2.6 million, then they'll add the 130,000 that they want to give to me for the year to what I have projected to be my internally generated fund. Okay, so that is what it is. I'm hoping that this year I'll be able to raise about 3-point-something million. Yes, but even then, and I'm not proud to be saying this, I'm sort of breaking the law in the sense that we take money to be able to get the service to run, but the law says don't take money. But between you and I, as I sit here, if I stop taking money to get a service running today, the service will collapse. There will be no service for people to access. So that is the challenge. Okay. So yes, I'm generating some money, which I shouldn't be generating. But I'm being allowed to use that money, even though the law says I shouldn't generate any money. Okay. So I'm sure this year, in total, I'll probably have available about 3-point-something million. I'd have to check to be able to see exactly what it is. But that's all will be available to me. So there's a deficit or a gap of about 23 million. And all these, when you say 23 million, it's not just like the money thing, but it's programs, okay, that could have been carried out, that are not going to be carried out. Okay, programs that could have inured quality service, that is not going to happen. Okay. So these are the challenges.
Rebecca was supposed to be taken to the Accra Psychiatric Hospital for further treatment before she escaped. The team decided to visit the community where Rebecca lives and roams. She lives in a single room with no light, but has a pile of clothes in there. Rebecca steps out of her room looking dirty, with her hair messy and in clothes that appears she's been wearing for days. She had in between her fingers 2 pieces of cigarettes. She remembers me. I inquire from her whether she needs help. At this point, she smiles and says she is fine.
Baby, I want to baby, I'll tell we are sure. And now, person back as I'm away from me. Once I'm a facasa bow. Maybe show us I don't see what I was me who watch it. I show my member and I'm in best row. You say, oh, Muyana.
But her friend Precious Afiadido tells us who Rebecca was before her present situation.
Her major do not need pa every day can also first. Melonule ever up me door or play in top of the door the via penus you are a corner they say they were nice. I can you have a dog or couldn't they say the value. Oh, you make Alena Benedo Kuabeleco, Olena Benedo Kefezo. Epen do me home peteo no mega jana home do. Home bete your plate bola. For me, bete mega nyana mega wana need to. Oh, ne do fane sometimes wana gidigida ko klante no ko klante ko polo middle area. Gake gbedo gbe ne la me fa ko ele zo blewu.
Rebecca shares the compound with Isaac Ajabo. He says he can no longer stand the behavior Rebecca puts up.
Ano gbogbo kaka unkwake. Tane unkesi bi ene dole wura. No vagbo ho me nandu wura. Kemi na kwabara ele ju egbe kaka hu. No ju vola kemi ga turoju itefe bubu. Aba ko ndudu. No vala ayan to aba danu peke no nyale no dara. Ele ko aga no wuri do eke be yayi ba pefu afi na ba danu o ya o le no du wi e doka wa nayi brenya we kaka hu no nya du no vola kemi e so fe ogbore ayin bobro gbe so ke ano e wuri ke do ano wuri do akwati ano kakara de wall bre to kaka hu no German videra aja gba be ba chale fi pete alo amo be no nyanu si akura chela adele kaji pete no po be ko men nu ki to sinu ko paka nu oji omi ole.
There are days he uses his rod to discipline Rebecca.
Elie chile ngogbe le ebe mon le gbagbagbe le fi o le chile anikede ruki ale chile fi pete no let you work sometimes chela no po be weekend Friday, Saturday, Sunday la address aju re Jersey sport. no dress la no kpe la ma nya ba me kini ebe tagbo le gbegbon o che wa pere ire afa me po alo wa pere abali o kan nyu re akọ kwen de si ta sigbe anyi mi re ko me nu go le si le ko me kun anyi mi re nu go me apaili tane de me ba match na ye plekpo apo duro ne ko ba fu ongbe me nya fi no duro ko ba fu ongbe da ta e ko me ko nyi mi re le rubber bowl de me ya me nyi mi le ta no vunu le nu vivo la un to ma ti ga no fi o e ke kura je la ele be ma ga match yi ne ga duro because la fofo ke me la e ga vunu le nu la man do ko me pa tu do ta sigbe.
The United Nations is committed to creating a world where by 2030, everyone, everywhere has someone to turn to in support of their mental health, in a world free of stigma and discrimination. But as mentally ill persons are still being marginalized, Dr. Benin is worried Ghana may not attain this.
I mean, look, all those people you see on the streets, if we bring them into the hospital, right, in the next couple of weeks, months, you'll be surprised. So why do we leave this person to rot? These are people who are going to get well and be productive citizens and even pay taxes. So why are we not supporting them? It's all about these stigma challenges. I think the awareness is low, commitment from leadership is low, mental health, it's not a high priority, it's a low priority thing for quite often it's second thought when you look at ministries, plan of actions for the year and things like that. And these are some of the challenges. And I think if we're able to do a very good job with the stigma and discrimination, then probably we have started the climb up, okay, to get mental health accepted properly.
But now Rebecca cannot access healthcare because the Adenta Municipal Assembly says it does not have enough funds to take care of Rebecca at Accra Psychiatric Hospital. Ghana is among the signatories committed to realizing SDG 3, which seeks to promote mental health and well-being by 2030. But already, one major trend that continues to put Ghana in negative light is very evident. A tour across the major cities and towns in the country reveal a lot of mental patients, both young and old, on the streets. These persons, some of them stark naked, mostly drink from gutters and eat from refuse dumps. They often carry large luggage full of rubbish, but nobody seems to be concerned.
For me, not just me, okay, but leadership as well. Whenever I see it, I feel very guilty. I think we failed these people. I think all these talk about Ghana being a very religious country. There's something that along the way they were branding Ghana as very hospitable and all those things. It's a sham. Okay. If we are that responsible and hospitable, then we will be taking care of these things. We won't wait for foreigners to come and then receive them nicely when our kids and kin are roaming the streets naked. And it's a shame. I mean, I think it should be a blot on our conscience. And my bigger worry is at the very top policymakers, because these are things you can change. This is the time for policymakers, the minister, to take to cabinet and say, no, these people roaming the streets, all they need is for us to say that, take care of them, and then NHIS will pay. And it will be too expensive.
It has taken 7 years after the passage of the Mental Health Act in 2012 to get the enabling legislative instruments passed. 7 years, which has left the mental health institutions and also patients in distress. Until the guidelines in the Act is implemented, the lives of Rebecca will continue to suffer abuse, stigma, and experience health deterioration.
We used to be where we think we should be as a lower middle income country. We should be comparing ourselves to other lower middle income countries and what their state of mental health is. There are a lot of challenges, and I think there is work in progress attempting to tackle all of these things. But the fundamental problems, which I would say would be financing and policy, are still lacking. There is a lot of progress when it comes to the law, so there's a law in place, but I would say about 90-95% of it is not being implemented. So indeed, it's just, and there's always been a law in place. I mean, when you look at the Ghana laws, I mean, there was the lunatic asylum way back from the colonial government. Then in 72, there was a mental health decree, and then now there's a mental health. And so there's always a law. But I think the problem with us has been implementing whatever law we put together.
Until this LI is passed, the likes of Rebecca will continue to suffer abuse, stigma, and experience health deterioration. There are hundreds, possibly thousands like Rebecca, that have lost their sanity and have been stripped of their dignity by life circumstances. But all of us have to stop the stigma against persons living with mental illness, while government makes the necessary decisions to fix the many issues in mental health care in Ghana. And these could be that miracle that gets the roving minds back from the realm to reality. Nancy Emefa Jwadosi, Joy News.
La 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 la.